I have a grumpy neighbor, a neighbor who never talks to anyone. He randomly was out the first time we took the puppet out. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? And I think I love getting that question, like, what is this? It's as simple as that. I think like having a moment with someone where you just like, they're like, oh wow, that's cool. And you're like, hey, that's it, honestly.
The Lake Merritt Puppet Society is a group of friends and community members who are really passionate about play, about the environment, and about bringing people together. And of course, we're really passionate about parade puppets.
So we started getting together once every week or every 2 weeks and said, okay, let's make a big puppet together first and see how that goes. And take it out there. And so we worked on this big fish puppet that goes on an e-bike. That took an incredibly long time because, we were like getting together pretty infrequently. But over the course of 6, maybe 8 months, we finally put it together. And I think for all of us, what really excites us about doing this type of thing is that it's rooted in our own neighborhood. And we do it with the people that we live near. I think with something like Burning Man, you literally go out to a place that nobody lives, builds a sort of creative way of connecting with local ecology and seeing that our community is not just the human neighbors, but also like the water and the animals and the insects. So Lake Merritt is such a gathering place. It's amazing that you can spot like a migratory waterfowl. And at the same time, there would be like people DJing and dancing. There are playgrounds to stop at. There are people cooking. Just everyone's out. And it's like a really special place for that reason, I think.
We're all together and you're here.
What if you did like some like light washes of color on the lantern?
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah.
We are not experts. We're like totally amateurs. We learn a lot from YouTube. Every time you make a new puppet, it's like the first time. It has its own unique set of challenges. So the bigger the puppet, the more engineering has to go on behind the scenes. I think with big puppets, you always want to go like maximize spectacle. And so you want to go big. Especially you want to go up. However, I have learned through hard experience parading in New Orleans that the more you go up, the more risk you take.
The thing is like, you can have a lot of big ideas, but if you realize that your kind of paper and your kind of glue doesn't really stick that well together, or it sticks in a way you didn't expect, then you realize you gotta kind of retool.
Oh, well, we don't have that.
We don't have that.
I think Jeff left his intense hot glue gun here.
Oh, yes.
Check the puppet bit.
I thought he
No.
made an effort to take it.
Oh, he did.
That was my understanding.
We try to use recycled materials all the time, so we try to find fabric that has been discarded. We try to use PVC that we find around. We use caning, we use metal, we use rope, anything we can get our hands on.
Materials are like basically what can be foraged from the yard or Home Depot.
We were wondering, how do we have like a catalyzing moment that brings people together outside to work with natural materials? How do we create something joyful? How do we have fun? How do we party? How do we welcome in like families and children?
But we honestly don't know what we're doing either. If you have an idea or if you're just excited and you want to come and like figure it out with us, that's what we're trying to invite in.
We are welcoming experts, we're welcoming novices. Anyone with a desire to create puppets and have fun is welcome.
Slash kind of accordion fold them to get them.
Like the posters were like, the moment where I think we really started to get a lot of interest, people reaching out to us, different groups reaching out to us. And our last one was like 30, maybe 40. We weren't keeping count, but it was like a packed house and people were coming and going throughout the afternoon. We took Delilah on a joyride around the lake and just like seeing how people responded, it was like exactly what we were hoping for. And we were like, okay, we need to do this more. All kinds of people were coming up to me and just be like, thank you. And we were like, oh my gosh, wow, people are like really, really want to see this kind of thing. Given the interest that we've seen, that there was a niche that needed to be filled.
We have so many dreams of planting willow so that we can harvest it and use it as weaving material. I hope that this is just like the jumping off point to so much more, and it doesn't all have to be puppets and parades. I think that some of us have dreams of doing permanent installations in public space that all sort of celebrate the culture and history and environment of the East Bay.